Hi guys, this is the streamer Carlos again. As I tell you, part two of my Santa Claus of my review of the Santa Clauses, part 2. Now we're going to talk about episode 2 of the Santa Clauses. So here's what I liked about this episode. At the end of the first episode, we saw that Santa Claus, aka Scott Calvin, had fallen from a rooftop and had broken his he looked like he broke that he was not he looked like he was knocked out or broken something so bad that he was knocked out. Broke his back or his fluff. And he was basically knocked out from the pain. But he eventually got up and continued on. But like I said in my previous video, is that he noticed that he's on the decline, and he's basically in denial. He's basically telling Mrs. Claus and his 2 kids that I'm fine. Nothing is going on with me. I'm not losing my magic. Meanwhile, the new main elf, Lollipop, or Noel, or Lollipop, is basically saying, look, Santa, I'm really concerned for you, and you're not telling me the truth. So, Lollipop, or Noel, said, I have an idea. It doesn't look like you're up to the job anymore. So Lollipop got her big book of contacts, I guess you would call it, and said, we need to find a new Santa so you could retire and go on vacation with your family and not be Santa anymore and just be Scott Calvin. Then Lollipop and her husband Noel of the same name said basically Lollipop showed her husband Noel showed him a snow globe, a magical snow globe that was given to her, or that was given to her by Bernard, the old main elf, which to me was an Easter egg, a throwback to the original 2 Santa Claus movies, which I really enjoyed. Really liked that Bernard's name got mentioned in the second episode of the Santa Clauses. But anyway, so basically Lollipop said to her husband Noel that if this snow globe loses the magic, it's over. The magic of Christmas is over, and basically Christmas will be done for good. We won't have any magic. Kids won't have gifts. Won't have a Santa Claus to call Santa. So basically, she said to her husband, Noel, Lollipop said to her husband, Noel, if we don't fix this, or if we don't find a new Santa, Christmas will be over. For good. So then Santa and Lollipop we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation, and then Santa said, "Wait, I have an idea. I have someone in mind that can take over the family business." And that was Charlie. And that was Charlie. So then that was Charlie. So Lollipop was like, great. So then Scott, aka better known as Santa Claus, went to very hot Florida, Orlando, I'm guessing, to go and convince Charlie to become Santa and replace him as Santa. But then Charlie was like, Dad, I love you and I love to be Santa, but I have a family now and I can't basically tell my wife your secret that you're Santa, and I can't say let's move to the North Pole because I'm becoming Santa, because my father's really the real Santa Claus, but now he's retiring, and he asked me to become the new Santa instead of him. So basically Charlie said, no, I can't do that. I can't move to the North Pole. I wish I could, Dad, but I can't move to the North Pole and become Santa and take over for you in the family business. So then we jump ahead a little bit into the episode, and then Santa has to make a big announcement to all his elves, and Lollipop already knows the announcement, and he says, guys, I'm retiring as Santa. Then the whole workshop or Santa's workshop goes into pandemonium, and as you could imagine, basically all the elves are basically tearing up, filled with tears, icicle tears, and basically Santa says to Lollipop, do we have a counselor? Do we have a therapist? Do we have a psychologist? And Lollipop says, yes. She nods her head, yes. So then we get to meet on Earth. We get away from the North Pole a little bit, and then we get to meet Simon. Simon is a tech company guy that wants to move up in his company, and he's basically stealing all the gift receiving from Santa, basically, because he's building drones that deliver gifts and everything and every day items, but he wants to use them, and I'm guessing later on in the series is that he wants to use this method of the drones deliver presents. But I'm not. But that's just my theory. That's one of my theories. But anyway, one of Santa's elves goes to Simon's house and basically blows the sleepy dust on Simon and his daughter, and basically that's where the episode ends. That's where episode 2 ends. So here are my theories. That Scott is so dejected, and so here are my theories for episode 3 of the Santa Clauses. So here we go. So my theories are that Scott, aka Santa Claus, is so stuck. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do that he's basically saying, I give up. I will remain Santa Claus and unretire, and basically go back to the way it was, like it has always been. Mrs. Claus by my side and my kids waiting up for me on every Christmas Eve. But then this new generation elf comes in with Simon and his daughter, and obviously Simon is shocked to see that he's now in the North Pole. With looking straight at the big guy with the big red suit, and he basically faints. But then, after waking up from this magical faint episode, he basically says, "Okay, I'll be the new Santa. I'll be the new Santa," and then Scott, the old Santa Claus, can go on a vacation with Mrs. Claus and his 2 kids. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys. So those are my theories. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and leave a comment, leave a like, and let me know what you thought about episode 2 of the Santa Clauses, and let me know what you think will happen in episode 3 of the Santa Clauses. Thank you. Bye.